Hello and welcome to Reminiscences. Today our guest is Dr. Dalhatu Sarki Tafida, who has led a very varied career as chief physician to the president, Shagari, in the 80s, commissioner of various ministries in his home state of Kaduna, Federal Minister of Health, Senator, rising to the position of Senate Majority Leader, and finally, the longest-serving ambassador we had in the United Kingdom. He is still a very youthful 82. We normally start with asking a little bit about your early life. I know you were born in Zaria, you went to school there, and also in Kefi. So can you give us an insight into those early choices that you made?
Well, Zaria, as you know, it has a city, it has a wall.
Yes.
Inside the wall is the city.
Yes.
And I was born in the city.
Right.
In an area called where most of the, what you call Kanuri MS came from. And my own family has a very varied history. If you go back 3 or 4 generations, you find that we came from Sokoto area. And one Malam Shehu came to Zaria. He was blessed by 3 children. One of these 3 children was Isa. From there, Mala Isa then got my father as his eldest son, and we moved across the marshy area there to where our house is part of Kaura. And from there, life started. When I was about 4 or 5, I was put into a secondary school. Started with the closest elementary school, not far from our house. From there, I went to middle school. I spent only 2 years. I took exam to Barewa College. And I went to Barewa College and finished there in 1959. Right from then, I said I wanted to study medicine. There are very, very few Nigerian medical doctors. You know, the first Nigerian, northern Nigerian medical doctor is one Dr. Russell Diko from Zaria also. So and each time I see or I saw a white doctor in the hospital, I would always look at him and be wondering how much this man knows and will he ever be sick? Look, I want to be like that man. Just by joke.
So how did you get the news that you got admission into the University of Lagos to study medicine?
Yeah, well, I'm coming there. So while I was teaching, temporary uncertificated teacher, I realized some of my mates who wanted to take administration as a career, because I still didn't know my fate, whether I was going to do medicine or not, because I knew that I was going to pass the exam, whether I would get. The first thing the government did for us, I was one of those who got scholarship to go to Soviet Union at that time
Yeah.
to study chemical engineer. I was all right. They just checked my subject. I said, yes, I could do that. I said, no, I'm not interested in chemical engineer. No, they say it's very good. I will be a pioneer, this thing, with people like Rilwan, Lukman, and so on. But I didn't like it. So I rejected the scholarship. I didn't take it. I said I wanted to do medicine. Meanwhile, I left the teaching. I went to Congo, a part of ABU.
Right.
I studied public administration with some of my friends like Magaji Mohammed, late. Magaji Mohammed.
From Katsina.
Of Katsina. Isa Katsina. They are all my mates.
Yes.
Isa was actually my mate in Barrier College.
Okay.
Suddenly the idea of going for medicine came. I got a scholarship to go to a new university or University of Lagos.
Were there other northerners like you of your generation at that course?
Well, when you say northerners, yes, we were 7. But 6 of us were from Kwara, then Kwara. First, I came a bit late, 2-3 weeks late. Second, I was the only Hausaman in the class. So it is a donor that started this usual incursion by northerners that sent this only one man. They saw me a little bit quiet. I could play table tennis, I could swim. I was even part of the university team for swimming against the police. So, well, there, I always tell one story, how they realized my mates. And we were 28 in the class, most of them from Ogun, Bandel in those days, and so on, most of them. But we also had, all apart from the Kwara ones, almost everybody spoke Yoruba there. So the one teacher is a Yoruba professor, Professor Dosekun. He's from, I think, Ondo. He was our teacher in physiology. So he gave us a test. The first test I could have. We went in, he didn't tell anybody anything. He was teaching us. He said, today you are going to have a test. So he gave us a test, a 1 hour's test. We sat down, we answered this thing. After a week, he came to the class again with pieces of paper. He came frowning. But a nice man, but he's a bully. He came, he said, who is Dalhatu Tafida here? I was there, right in the middle of the class. So I raised my hand. I said, and the one, sir. He said, you surprised me. Most of the answers you gave was exactly what I wanted. You look quiet, but I'm surprised how. So well, from that day, everybody, I made several friends. Even my class, my school, my roommate was also a Yoruba man, experienced pharmacist. He was a pharmacy, he had diploma in pharmacy, and then he came to do medicine. We were classmates. So we became closer.
So will you say your experience in Lagos as a young man from Zaria, I mean, given what you said now, was it generally, did you feel accepted? Did you really blend and make friends?
Yeah, I really, there wasn't any tribalism except in terms of jokes. So, but between me and them, I became friends. Partly with the Yorubas, even during the problem of coup, counter coup, of when the Donald Babala and so on were killed. They came to me because the only houseman in this, and so they came close to me. I became friends. There was one Dalhatu, is a negotian, a Yoruba man. He took me to their house because the Igbos in the school were saying there will be war. There will be war in this country. So I was a bit worried in case they come and kill me in my room. And
So what happened when you finished training as a doctor here, you're a young doctor back to the north? Kaduna. How was life?
Let me even tell you once.
Yes.
Before we finished, the very year we were in our final year, Sadona sent a minister to come and talk to us and even give us jobs. Any time we finish, they are prepared to take us. We were given rooms, even houses to work.
In Kaduna?
So I wanted to work in Kaduna. So somebody said, I want you to go to Zaria. I said, no, Kaduna, I will be in Kaduna here. I don't know much of Kaduna, so I want to be, I know Zaria. Later on, I can go to Zaria. So I stayed in Kaduna with my house, just 5 minutes walk into the hospital.
Still unmarried at that point?
Still I'm married. I had a girl from Zaria, but somehow we went apart. So I told my late elder brother to look for a wife for me. He said, okay, he would tell these visiting teachers who are also his classmates to choose a girl for me. And within weeks, they said they got a girl, but it's from the house of Wazir in Zazzau. But normally they get involved in this inter-family thing. They hardly give out their children, female children, in marriage to somebody foreigner. So I flew from Lagos to go to that particular house. I never went there. But as soon as I went there, I saw somebody who was very close. We were close. He knew me. He was a young judge, Sheikh Mohammed, who later became the chief judge of Kaduna 4 years later on. So he's her brother. There were no contest there. I met 5 other people there.
One very striking aspect of your career after being in the Ministry of Health, rising to the permanent secretary, suddenly you became the chief physician of the president, then Shehu Shagari. I mean, how did that come about?
Thank you very much. Well, as you know, as a civil servant, when you work up to the level where you are a permanent secretary in your own ministry, medical doctor, it means you reach the peak. Don't forget, I was a chief medical officer, then appointed permanent secretary. And I was there for 4 years. And it was a change of government. The politician advised Shagari, late President Shagari, to look for a civilian doctor. It was the State House, then Dodambaras were being run by a military doctor, one Lieutenant Colonel from either Cross River State. So finally, they set up a committee to look for a doctor who will be the president's physician. I didn't know. I didn't want Shagari.
You never had any connection with Shagari after that?
Not at all. I saw him, he came to lecture us in Barea College when he was a minister of establishment or something. Came to talk to us. But that was the only time I could see him. So, finally, it was decided that it must be a civilian physician. So they started looking for their own people. I don't know how they even got to know one tiny Dalhatu Tafida, although a permanent secretary in Kaduna. He said, he told me on telephone, will you be able to come to Lagos soon? I said, anytime you ask me to come, I would come. Only I didn't know what to tell my governor, because at that time we didn't have even commissioners. So I used my money to go to Lagos because I didn't want to ask government to pay me because it was, Kaduna was PRP.
Yes.
Federal government was NPN. Gari was his jokes. Say, what is it? You come from where, Zaria? I'm going to be in trouble. Say, why, sir? Say, my second wife is from Zaria, and for me to have a physician from Zaria, you have absolute control by Zaria people. No, I said, not at all. I think Zaria people are usually the most, they work professionally. He said they were right. So they wrote to the governor. 1 month, 2 months, no news, no nothing. So the letter came, the secretary to government took it to the governor. And the governor had a lot of hope in me. He literally removed all the palm sack he met there, except me. I was going to the State House in Kaduna as if I was a commissioner trying to discuss things with him. So
he didn't want you to go.
So he said, doctor, I didn't know you are an NPN man. I said, no, sir. He said, no, I'm not an NPN man. But also, I'm not a PRP man, sir. Yeah, I'm only a civil servant. He said, I'm just joking. It's an honor for us. For 1 month to be selected among us. in a position of trust. Well, yes, you go. They gave me set of parties here and there, and I went to.
So how was it to be the physician, the chief physician to the president? Was it a difficult job?
It
or
is
just
not
nice,
a difficult job, but it's a demanding job because you just begin to think and pray that nothing catastrophic will happen in your head.
You are with him all the time, you have to move around?
You know, if I was with the president, I would be the first to see the president in the morning, up to his bedroom sometimes. I would be the first. I'll come to the office, make sure everything is all right in the office with the ADC. And any day I felt the president should not come out, should stay at home, he would not come out. Any appointment would be cancelled.
There will be days like that when, by your professional opinion...
Maybe once or twice it happened. But only day Shagari was sick was in Saudi Arabia. We went there for Hajj. He was sick.
Tell us a little bit about your home person. I'm talking of Alhaji Umar Diko. He was very central to the government, and he became very much unpopular in this country. Do you think he deserved all the bad press and even the subsequent...
No, you see the problem. Nigerians, they like somebody to be in power to help them. Those who are helped, they like it. But once you are in trouble also, the same man in trouble, many will dislike you, unfortunately. But Umar Duko is somebody who can go to any length to get a position of power. Power, not money. You know, Umar Duko, don't associate him with money. If he could get money today, it would be spent on friends and people, other people. So it was wrong for people to believe that Umar Duko stole money. Umar Duko would never steal it. Money was not his priority, as you know. Umar Duko was very close to Shagari. I met him there. We knew each other right from Barewa College. I was my senior, but a lot of respect between us. And so I didn't interfere in his work. I remember one thing that happened. After the first term, Umar Duko wanted to be secretary to government. But because of his nature, he wants a position of authority and power. Shagari will be misunderstood and so on. He told me that he would not give Umar Duko that position. He would go with somebody he knows, Sheikh Musa, going to repeat Sheikh Musa, and is of non-controversial, somebody hard-working. Civil servant. Umar Duko was never a civil servant. He was a public officer, commissioner, so quite all right. So he didn't know the intrigue of civil service and the rules and so on. So he opted for Sheikh Musa again. Umar Duko didn't like it. He nearly didn't, he wasn't even going to office. But I went to convince him, I said, you remember, you may want something desperately. Instead of that thing, God will give you another thing. It will turn out to be better for you.
So you yourself, after, of course, career in civil service, after being commissioner, even
Commissioner for Health,
yes,
Agriculture and Education.
right, and the minister of health also.
And I was also a Minister of Health.
Then you became a politician. So I like to know more about the reason for that transition.
I used to talk about two things. I would never become a farmer because it's a waste of money, your own money and time. And I said I would never become something
Not politics.
in politics. And everything, it somehow happened.
So you became a farmer and also a politician.
You know what? Let me take it one by one.
Right.
The idea of even to be a politician came through Babangida's Maradonic tendencies throughout his period. You know, Babangida was a very intelligent man. He wanted to discourage all those who took part in politics during Shagari's time as before. He wanted brand new ones, so that those brand new ones can be with him so that they cannot outsmart him. That was, people say, Dr. Kazoka, come in,
So that's option A4.
So I went into option A4, I was a reluctant politician. Through the option A4, the whole idea of becoming a president came in. So I said, well, if you want, I will do so, but I have no money. I don't have money. Said, no, it's not money. Just get the preliminaries right. You see people giving you money. So, but suddenly they said, they were talking of Gawang, General Gawang, who was going to contest through Kaduna State. He comes from Zaria. I said, no, I don't think so. They said, yeah, it's true. It was a rumor throughout, because I didn't see Yakoba Gawa in Zaria. I didn't see him anywhere in that constituency. But meanwhile, I was going around talking to people and so on. But I was surprised, why should somebody, he was in power during the military when things were easier. Money was easier to come by the state and so on. He was there for a good 9 years. Why should he come and put himself? Of course, it's the IBB who convinced him as his boss.
So were you embarrassed that you
I was
contested
embarrassed,
and then you defeated him?
Right from the word go, if I knew Gawang was going to go for an election, the usual rigmarole option A4, I wouldn't have, because I respect Gawang. He was a Babalewa man now, as you know. Though I didn't meet, but I met him there indirectly. I met him in the same house where I was also a Hausa. But he was studying for his exam to go into the army. So we knew each other. I know Gawan, not only he himself, his brothers, and so on, all. I wouldn't have contested against him, actually. But he came so late, in politics, if you say you are going to contest for an office, and your people start going up and down, suddenly quiet again. Nobody will ever trust you again. So I weighed those possibilities. I say I'd rather lose the election than not to be trusted. So I decided not to withdraw.
Yeah.
The late emir tried to convince me to withdraw. I said, no, I have to also think of myself, not any other person, about the action you want me to take.
So you didn't even, when the whole process that created the option A4 didn't go anywhere. Nobody really, the transition was truncated.
Yeah, man, you see, even by the story, my own story and so on. Of course, I won the election in my ward constituency. I won it in my local government constituency with Gawan, of course. I won it in my state constituency, so I was the only candidate representing Kaduna State. So, when I went, they said there would be convention to select only one person for the president. This is Port Harcourt for NRC. I went to Port Harcourt. We met.
So you represented Kaduna. You
I
came from
represented
Kaduna.
Kaduna. Tofa represented
Kano.
And so on. You see many. Joda, Ahmed Joda represented Adamawa in those days. So many others, we are seeing people coming from every state, one person.
Brand new politicians.
Brand new politicians. It was interesting. It looked like I was popular because, the suite I was given was so central. People, were coming there, dramas, so on, day and night. Somehow. But, from there I even made it. I went to Imo. Somebody again gave me a plane to be going around the south. The plane will come and pick me or my people who go around. Like when I went to Imo, Oweri, in a hotel, somebody called me, I didn't know him. He said, are you Dr. Tafida? I said, yes. You are coming to see us tomorrow. I was coming to see the politicians in Imo. I said, yes. Well, how much are you giving us? I said, I don't have much money. I was giving every state 50,000 naira at that time.
That's what you are dropping.
But it was a big money.
Yes.
He said, no, we will not accept 50,000. I said, well, that's what I have. If I give you can give it to some of your boys there. He said, no, I want you to give us 100,000. I said, but I don't have it. Is this thing I budgeted? He said, I will give you the 100,000. I said, I don't know the man.
Wow.
I said, how do I get the money then? He said, I will bring it to your room and drop it. Keep your money. The one you are going to use to give us, keep your money. I was surprised. In the night, they knocked at my room, and when I opened the thing, they say, of course, there were some others sleeping. I was right deep inside. They said, somebody came here. They said they want to see you. Got a small box. At that time, it was 2020 in Naira. That was the largest denomination.
Murtala.
Murtala. They gave me 100,000 to give to. I said, but what is your name? He said, if I tell you my name, well, I know your name. You don't have to know my name. I said, no, I want to know your name. So he said his name is an Igbo man. But I got to know him. We became very close after.
But why did he do it?
I don't know. He wanted me to win.
To win.
He wanted me to win so that he can use me, obviously, because it happened. He gave me 100,000. I went and dropped it for them after talking to them. Then, of course, I lost the election. So one day, soon after that, Abacha, it was IBB's time, or this thing was happening.
Yes.
Abacha appointed me as minister. I was Minister of Health. There is also a minister, Minister of State from Enugu. So I was sitting as a minister in my office in Lagos. They said, there are two people coming to see you. From the name, they are Igbos. I said, them now, don't come and say somebody wants to see me, you don't know his name or her name. They brought the name, but I couldn't click. It didn't click. And it was the name Ararume, the man who gave me 100,000. He entered, he said, you remember? I looked at them, I said, the name sounds familiar, sorry. He explained to me he was the one who called me. I said, yeah. So I hugged him and became friends. And he wanted something from the minister, which I gave him.
And he's still around. He's still
an
around. Active politician.
We went to the Senate.
Yes.
That Senate 1999 together. But we parted. He was following Chuba. Because I know Chuba so well. He was with Shagari as his advisor. And I was with Shagari as his physician. So I know Chuba would not make a good Senate president. He was very intelligent. So I said, I'm not going to support him. They tried what they came. They all came, all the people surrounding Chuba. I said, no, I have the right now. I will not support him. So they went there. Chuba didn't win. Our own group, Ewaram won. Later Chuba won after 9-10 months. Ewaram was ousted and Chuba came in. Chuba didn't even stay for the 9 months. He was ousted in the Senate. So
your career in the Senate also became controversial about the third term. I think this is an opportunity.
That's the second.
Yes, there was that you and Senator Mantu seem to have preferred that Obasanjo continued after his tenure was over.
I read that portion, but it wasn't like that in the sense that what I know of Obasanjo obviously is our president, but at that time I was not even visiting the villa, let alone be acquainted or so close to Obasanjo. It's Mantu Alaji Kanshile, who was known to be very close to Obasanjo, who was helped by Obasanjo. I was not part of.
But you are a majority leader.
I was
So
a majority.
The assumption was that you carried
the chairman of the party, Ahmad Ali, came to my office, came to the Senate several times to talk to me. I said I would do my best. But really, I wasn't doing my best because I know the thing would not fly. The whole idea, we crashed it in the Senate. You know, the processes a bill has to go through, either to be read the second time or to.
So Obasanjo really wanted us that time.
There is no question about it. Obasanjo called us. We planned how to go about it later. But we told him that that idea would not fly. All those governors who are promising you this, who are not seeing eye to eye with their senators, so they can't control their senators. There was a night Obasanjo called us about this third term. Senate President, myself, and Mantu, and the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and the House Leader. And he started talking. He said he was traveling out and so he would be back in 3 days. I said, but you are leaving, you know, all those governors who told you they are with you and they are not. He tried to know what is actually happening. I said, you should really try to find out. These governors are doing nothing, they are only deceiving you. You know, we are all equal in that chamber. Once we get in there, we are equal. Anybody can tell anybody anything. He couldn't, that night he couldn't travel. He wanted early in the morning to make arrangement to invite the governor to be seen by the chief of staff, Ali Mohammed.
Let me go to the last portion of your public career as ambassador in the UK. How did that appointment come about? And
again, that's, I had already moved into this house.
After the Senate, you are done with the Senate. You couldn't go for your own third term also as Senate.
My governor wanted my office for greediness.
He wanted the Senate.
He wanted to be in the Senate, but he proposed to be given an appointment as a minister, possibly as a minister of finance, or as governor of central bank, or something. So you want to hold to the Senate as a bargaining chip. If you are a senator, you are to be given an appointment. It must be a weighty appointment. But if you are just hanging as nothing, you won't get anything. So that disagreement took us to the president. The president called me early in the morning here, Obasanjo.
Yes, Obasanjo.
He said he wanted to see me. When I went there, it was Obasanjo, chief of staff, chairman of the party, Mokarfi,
The governor.
and the governor, myself. The topic is Tafida's senatorial ticket. I said, but yeah, I have already won my ticket for my third term. Is it not so? Or if you can ask the party, he said, but Ahmad Ali, you know, he wants to do something for the big man. He knows. He said, but that is changeable.
Even though you are nominated, but you are a nominee.
I said, I told the gathering, I said, I'm really disappointed. I look at So finally, disappointed with the president. All the big things he wanted to do for months, he couldn't do. When I became the majority leader, he gave them to me, and I did them all. Where it involved gathering people from the House of Rep to get things right, to all this power, this electricity bill, all these, what is it? So many of these bills, I brokered them. And now you want somebody to come because he was a governor? Yeah, I'm disappointed. Just left them. They said, or technically, they said they should allow me to go and think about it. I said, okay, you will never see me again. I left, and they never saw me. So, up to the time when Eradua was our candidate, we knew each other. Katsina was more or less my second home. So as soon as he came to office, he sent, we didn't have ministers before we had ministers. He sent a pamphlet from Foreign Affairs. He wants to give me something, but he doesn't know whether I will accept it or not. I said, if it is from him, I will accept it. Because I know he will not give me anything just because he wants to shut my mouth up. Anything, provided that there is respect attached to it. That's all.
So that's how you were made ambassador?
That's how he came. Baba Ahmed came in here, told him this, and he left. He wanted to tell him.
So how was it being ambassador in the UK? Was it?
It can be very hectic. You must have a way to work. You must design your program in such a way that it will allow you to do the work that took you there. Otherwise, you will spend almost all your time talking to the big men from Nigeria.
Because they're always visiting.
Or going to the airport to bring some people. First of all, I say, apart from the president and the vice president, I will not go to the airport to meet anybody. So that was certain. Even with Foreign Affairs Minister, he would come and meet me in my office.
But he would be your boss.
On paper, theoretically. But in reality, I was supported by the president.
Yes.
He could be my boss. But with my experience, I did all that I wanted to do.
How do you keep well for an 82-year-old? You look. Is it the doctor in you that you know how to?
No, nothing. I know. I try to keep well.
You eat anything you eat specially?
No,
exercise
no. Eating, I don't discriminate much. There are things I don't eat. I don't take ever.
Ever?
For my health. Tend to somehow bring about an attack. I'm asthmatic.
Okay.
One or two other things.
Otherwise, you are keeping very well.
I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. My blood pressure is all right. I'm not diabetic. I sleep reasonably well.
Finally, I want to ask you, as a veteran of several governments, you have seen governments from Shagari.
Before Shagari,
Before Shagari, exactly. I'm saying the ones you participated, yes, at the federal. What do you think of this government, which were under where we?
Well, I'm not in any way attached to the government now, so I wouldn't know what they are doing.
Are you happy or disappointed? What is going on?
You know, Buhari used to be one person that I like. Up till tomorrow, I like him as a person. But the truth is that I was disappointed. But I know Buhari can do much better. The Buhari I used to know. We were amazed, almost, I'm just older by maybe 2 years or so. The Buhari I know can do much better. He must have some people who don't want him to do well. I don't know. But somehow he doesn't know. But he is with them there. He talks of corruption. I know Buhari is not a corrupt man. And he has made name for himself for that. But people around him, small, young people, they make money. And he seems to be, he knows about it and seems to be encouraging them. If I don't like corruption, I'll never be happy with somebody with me being put in an office and being rich overnight. I would not. I show him I'm not happy. And what I do normally is to remove him. But somehow, he's just looking as if he doesn't know what's happening. But I know Buhari is too intelligent not to know. He knows everything. But unfortunately, for Nigerians, Buhari looked for this office for long. He believed that not everybody is his friend. Many people who are politicians who can talk are not his friends, which is wrong. The problem people had during Jonathan, made people to believe that Buhari must be better than Jonathan. That's why.
But you are saying this as actually the DG of the Jonathan campaign. Wouldn't people find it strange?
I became DG of Jonathan campaign for one or two good reasons. I'm a northerner, full-blooded northerner, for that matter. I also believe in the North having power for as long as is possible, provided we can get the right person. I am now the saddest person in Nigeria today because I'm not happy that people think Buhari is not doing well. And everybody, finally, this issue of insecurity. I remember I read something about my former boss, military man, Abacha. You know, Abacha is one soldier and Lagosians feared most. He said, if problem starts in one place, it is not solved. It means government has a hand in it. No, that is almost true.
Let's conclude by what you said about your reason for the
let me hear. You know, like I always say, I am not a very young man, but I think I know the tactics our leaders in the North then, Sardauna, Abakataba, Baleo, and many others use. Apart from getting votes here in the North, they will also, The Yoruba kingdom is no-go area. The Igbo area, no-go area, so they used to go to the south. And that's why they made friendship. And we used to get people that would be in parliament, that will have an ally, will ally with us, and the North with on board will control wherever they find themselves. One man found himself first as a vice president, and then as a president. He says he wants to complete what his boss started, Yaradua. Yes, why not? I believe in that too. Let's allow him, at least so that these minute minority, as you call them, will have a sense of belonging. They helped us. We call ourselves Northerners. They helped us when we needed them. Why can't we help? So I came out. I said, yes, I will be. They sent people to me in London. Whether Jonathan said I should ask me whether I can lead the campaign. I said, why not? I'm already in government, so it's just an extension of my work here. I came. I never believed that the North wouldn't be, no. When we talk of being the North, we should exercise that with some degree of sensibility. If we don't do that, we will fail one day. That was why I was there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think on that note, I'd like to thank you for your very frank response to the issues. And I'd like to thank you, viewers, for joining us in this edition of Reminiscences. And I hope we'll see you another time.